You're a shit.
You're a fucking liar. You're such a liar. I can't believe how much you lied just then. That was staggering.
I'm honestly, you have falsified or this is not okay.
I can't believe it. It's not okay. It's really not. You lie.
You are a liar.
You lied so much.
I didn't lie. You didn't lie, but you certainly exaggerated wildly.
Just not true.
You make me sound so much worse than I actually am.
You make me sound so much worse than I actually am.
I make you sound better than you are.
No.
That's the terrifying thing for you.
We need to do the opposite thing next time. Because that was bleak.
Bleak as shit. Hello and welcome to another episode of Before We Break Up Again, a podcast by me, Alfie Brown, and her, Jessie Cave. This is a podcast that we will do every week until we break up again. It's our bleakest episode yet, with a conversation about codependency and a little bit of a ruffling of feathers between us both.
A fight.
Not a fight. We did not have a fight. You can decide whether we had a fight or not. Also, Jessie is on Substack, so I would recommend going to read her articles over there. I have been, and they are fantastic. So, go and do that. Give them a like. It all helps the algo them. This is Before We Break Up Again.
What are you going to promote for yourself?
I have a nice ass.
Peripheral
vision, if it goes off.
Peripheral vision.
My movie, my superhero movie.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. I've had a really good day.
Yeah, you seem really happy. That's good. Why do you think that is?
Because I was able to cook for everybody and listen to Blink 182 and drink wine while I did it.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was really nice.
And you went to the gym. That must help with endorphins.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
It must have helped.
I don't know. It knackers me out. I feel exhausted.
Yeah, that's why. It's good.
People say the gym gives you more energy. It's wholly false.
It does and it doesn't. It's...
Talk that through.
Because I know if I haven't done a lot of exercise in a week, I sleep worse.
Yeah.
So it does show that you sleep better when you exercise, which means you're tireder.
Okay, yeah. That is a pretty good... It doesn't, I suppose.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now, you've curated an episode for us today.
No, that sounds too fancy. I haven't. I just thought it'd be interesting to talk about an issue that we've that has come up quite a lot in our tenure.
An issue?
An issue, yeah.
I'm not sure that we've had too many issues, but carry on.
Really? You don't think we've had many issues?
Apart from the ones that broke us up. Those are pretty sustaining issues.
But they weren't, even our breakups could have been prevented quite easily.
Yes. With a bit of reasonable behaviour.
And thought. More thought.
And less impulse.
Yes. On your part.
Sure.
Your part the second time, my part the first time.
You think I was being impulsive the second time?
Yeah. Well, you were. I begged you not to leave.
Is that the whole story? Is that the whole story that you're happy for everybody to hear again?
No. Fair enough.
So what happened first?
In the first breakup?
The second breakup.
The first breakup, I packed a bag. Second breakup, I packed a bag.
Of my things?
Yeah, but I didn't think you'd actually leave. I just wanted to teach you a lesson.
Well, that's the danger of that, isn't it?
And you didn't learn the lesson. Nor did I.
No, you did learn the lesson. You learned the lesson that if you packed a bag of my things, then said you need to leave, then I would leave. And because I think I'm really glad that you don't threaten breakup every time we have an argument now. That's a very big thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased. I love it.
I won't ever do that again, I don't think.
I'm really happy.
Unless I really mean it.
Okay, well, I'll know.
Yeah, you will know.
I'll know.
Yeah.
Next time that you say that it's the end of our relationship, that I must, in fact,
if I say it could be, I wouldn't just out the blue say it's the end of our relationship. Can you imagine what that must be like to be in a relationship that you thought was secure and then for someone to be like, I'm leaving you. I don't love you anymore. That must really mess you up forever. Your brain. You must have to recalibrate everything. But no, if I wouldn't just say it out the blue, I would say this isn't working right now. You really need to change this, or I need to change this, or we need to change this in order to move forwards.
We can do that.
Yeah. That's what we're doing all the time, every single day.
Oh, what? Great. Well, no, in that case, no, it doesn't matter. Sorry, carry on.
What?
No, I've just got to make a few, but no, that's fine.
Well, this is what we're talking about in this episode. This episode is
sponsored by Jip Jip Rocks Shiraz, a multiple award-winning bottle of wine.
Alfie, we're not sponsored by anybody, and you know that.
No, I know. But
no one wants to touch us with a barge pole.
Hey, I think that I think that given time, people might come around to the idea that we're a good thing to get behind. Don't use your plait like a scarf, please.
I used to get offers for stuff like that. Now I don't get anything.
Why is that?
I don't know.
You do. You know what you think it is. Why is it?
Because you were cancelled.
Yeah. That's what you think it is, isn't it? You think you're not going to... You think that I've ruined your chances of getting on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And now you're never going to get to meet Ant and Dec and go on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, an extra slice. Because
I would not go on that. Thank you very much. I'm going for the jungle. I'm going for the main jungle job. You would have to go
on that program if you were in it and then you left it.
Oh yeah, when you leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Oh right, yeah. I wouldn't just go on as a guest on the extra show.
Well, you'd be very lucky to.
I've been rejected by that many times. Many times. My agents tried to get me on that. Do you know why I didn't go on it? Do you know why I've got rejected from those shows?
Because I was cancelled.
No.
I've been led to believe by you.
No, that we can discuss that in a different light in a second.
Sure.
No, the reason I have got rejected from the shows that we're talking about, the extra slice ones or the
everything. I call everything an extra slice.
Okay, the extra slice.
There's the Great Pottery Throwdown, an extra slice.
Yeah.
And Dancing on Ice, an extra slice. That one's good because it rhymes. Strictly Come Dancing, an extra slice that Zoe Ball does.
It Takes Two. What's the jungle extra slice one?
We're not celebrities and we're not in there.
Okay. Anyway, I got rejected because I'm too posh.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Brother's little...
That's good because everybody...
Big Brother's extra slice.
Everybody that they have on those programs are really like dyed-in-the-wool working class, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's the whole... When you watch I'm a Celebrity, an extra slice, it's all... down in the mines. They're really...
They said, yeah, that was the response. Like, she's just not... I don't know. I remember it being... I was able to decode it and realize, oh, that's why. That's okay. That's fine. Anyway.
I'm not sure dyed in the wool working class is a phrase. It's just...
I've never heard that before.
Struck me.
I've never heard a lot before.
I think it is, but I could be wrong, listener. I could be wrong.
As I said to our 8-year-old daughter earlier, I know nothing. I don't know what the most dangerous country in Australia is. Like she asked.
Well, I mean...
Now I do. It's Canberra. No, the safest country. Sorry. The safest country is Canberra, apparently.
Jessie, think about this. I hate having to do this, but what are you doing?
What do you mean?
Come on.
The safest country in Australia.
Think about what you're saying. Jessie.
What? Are you talking?
The safest country in Australia.
That's what she asked. And she
didn't.
asked Siri.
She said, what's the safest place in Australia?
Oh, right, sorry.
Because, of course, Australia is a country.
Sorry, I meant that. Fuck off. I meant that.
But
I meant that.
Does language mean nothing to you?
It means a lot, but not that much. And also, you know what I mean? It's late. We're doing a podcast. It's Sunday. You're drinking wine.
You simply must stop doing that with your plaits. For those who are listening and not enjoying the video or suffering the video, whatever you're doing with it, Jessie is flinging her plaits around her neck like a scarf, like Bridget Jones when she's about to go on her mini break with Hugh Grant in Bridget Jones's Diary. This isn't just this isn't just shagging.
What are you doing?
I'm quoting Bridget Jones's Diary.
Right, but it sounds like an M&S advert.
Yeah,
This isn't just sex. This is M&S sex. You look high. You look drugged. What's going on?
You look lovely.
Oh, thank you. Don't do that. That's mean.
Yeah,
that was mean.
It really gets
clever.
You, doesn't it? It really is clever.
Okay, let's get on topic.
Okay, bitch.
So the title of this episode is...
We haven't decided yet.
I've decided.
Okay.
Because I'm curating this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You curate all the... Okay.
This is being codependent a bad thing? Don't answer that.
Okay. Can you explain codependency to me and the listener?
Not really.
Right. Well, then we're in trouble immediately, aren't we?
No, I just think codependency...
We've immediately hit the buffers.
Codependency is an interesting topic for us to discuss because you keep saying that I'm codependent, whereas I maintain... What?
No, I don't.
What?
No, I don't keep saying you're codependent.
Well, you're trying to be cool now because we're doing a podcast, but you do.
I have said that in the past, and that was only reported speech.
What does that mean?
Anyway, what is codependency?
Well, codependency is when you're... Oh my God, what do I have to look that up now?
Yes, please.
No. No. Anyway, what is codependency? Codependency, also known as relationship addiction, takes place when one person believes it's their job to save another person by attending to all of their needs. A codependent person builds their identity around this purpose and takes on a self-sacrificial role in the relationship.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it?
But then this doesn't sound right, what's about to come. So codependency is often used to describe a person who enables their partner's addiction by covering up their problems or shielding them from the consequences of their behavior. I did say you just look a bit drugged just now, but that isn't our issue. However, it can take on many different forms depending on the relationship. For example, if you're codependent, you might take on excessive household responsibilities, fail to stand up for yourself, or end other friendships just to maintain your partner's approval. This unhealthy dynamic isn't limited to romantic relationships. You can also have a codependent relationship with a family member or friend. Tick, tick, tick. While it's natural to want the best for a loved one and to offer them support in a time of need, when taken to an extreme, it can have consequences for both you and your partner. Anyway, then it all kind of goes into gambling addictions, eating disorders, abuse, bad habits, the fun stuff, which we're not going to go into right now.
Yeah.
That's not our thing.
Yes. Well,
our thing is more that I insisted that we go and find my friends. It's not fun stuff. Sorry.
I don't think you are codependent in the booze department. You're not my codependent enabler. I have other people for that. But you are, I suppose, codependent in the area that you are prone to the micromanagement of my life, which could be because I don't even macro manage it.
Yeah, I agree.
But also, when you told me earlier that was enough honey on my yogurt, that was probably too far.
It was just so much honey.
It wasn't. I know how much honey it was.
It was like a honey lake. You're having yogurt with a side of honey.
No, I was saying honey with
a side of yogurt.
Yeah.
It was I'm now worried that I've just said all the fun stuff. I'm worried. I just said all the fun stuff.
What, when referring to alcohol, gambling?
And abuse.
I
was like, we're not going to delve into that fun stuff. I didn't mean that. That's not okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I could get cancelled now.
I'm actually really offended. Jessie, I'm actually...
Genuinely, I'm worried.
No, I'm actually really offended because I think if anybody genuinely is offended because you've referred to gambling and abuse as the fun stuff.
Okay.
And they go, shit, does she think that gambling and abuse is fun? She doesn't have the faintest idea about how to have a good time, this girl.
Well, no, what I'm trying to say is that codependency probably could be a really terrible thing. I think in a relationship, we have like a very mild codependency thing going on that you resent and I like, which is why I wanted to talk about it. Because I think if you could change anything, it would be, I don't have you on Find My Friends. They should really have Find My Boyfriend. It shouldn't be called Find My Friends. They should have, because whoever has their friends on the Find My Friends thing, I sometimes think I can't what is that? But they should have a find my boyfriend, a find my girlfriend.
I'm a bit confused about the definition of codependent. I think the problem with all of these words, as they're used in pop psychology, is that they take on very specific and resonant meanings to certain groups of people, and they're not necessarily confined to in definition. Their definitions aren't necessarily confined to that narrow way that they get used, in that like it gets used to be about people who behave a certain way, but it can mean so much more than that.
Yeah.
So I think in the past, when I've used codependency, and I'm not sure about the gravity with, with which the term is used nowadays, because I think it's quite a severe thing to accuse somebody of. So I think when I've said it to you, it's been in a sort of lighthearted, in the confines of our own home, goading type way.
But the thing is, any relationship is technically codependent. It's very hard to be in a relationship and not care and want to know about what the other one is doing and want to see them in the evening, or like want to know where they are.
I don't think wanting to see people in the evening is codependent.
I'm phrasing, you know what I mean? It's, you have to be codependent to a certain level to be in a relationship.
No.
How can you be in a relationship and be entirely independent?
But that's not, these are not antonyms. That's not, I don't think that's what it is.
Okay.
And I think that's the confusing thing, because codependency in terms of the root, like co and dependent, would mean the opposite of independent.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that.
Okay.
It means, in order to be in a relationship, you should be both independent and codependent.
Which I think we both are.
Mm-hmm. But I think that I think there's a balance to be struck, and you could probably be, if you're too independent in a relationship, you alienate the other.
Yeah.
And if you are too codependent, you squash and diminish the other.
Yeah. And you could also argue that all families are codependent. Families that are very tight, who always know what each other. We're watching Modern Family. They're codependent.
But I suppose that you only get to use the word codependent is when it becomes like an ailment.
Right. Okay.
Like,
so do you think we've got an ailment?
I think there have been moments in our relationship. Fuck me, this is like, I feel like
go on.
On a ski slalom here.
Yeah.
I feel like there have been moments in our relationship whereby, yes, the balances that we've both struck in terms of codependence and independence, and I might be getting these words and their definitions wrong, but in terms of the way that we're using them, just welcome to our definition framework. We have got the balance wrong at different points, which I'm sure that various people will have done. So I think that when we first got together, you essentially took on the mantle of my manager.
Yeah, I went in quite extreme. I think because it was immediate. I was immediately pregnant with your child and we weren't earning any money. So it was just like, okay, how do we make this work?
Like, do you think you've always had a healthy relationship with how much of your identity comes from being in a relationship?
No, but it's so difficult to say because I've learned how to be in a relationship with you. We're just learning.
Yeah.
You've been in relationships before long term. I've only ever been in shorter shorter relationships. So I've never had to get to the point where it's been an issue. And also because I love you and I don't think I was ever really in love with anyone before you. I actually was a lot more independent because I was aloof. I was a lot more selfish. I had got what I needed from them, and then I had but I was in my 20s and my career was different and I had all this time, and it's very easy to, I think when you have children with someone, and this is always the sticky point when we've discussed this codependency thing, is when you have children with someone, you have to be involved in every single aspect of their lives. Like you can't have any separation. That's why, and because men, not to generalize, but men
are pigs
when they're away from the family home. It's a lot easier, I think, for men to compartmentalize and you're able to go away for 3 or 4 days and not really think about us. I mean, obviously you do. I know you do. But if I go away for even a couple of hours, every other thought is, what are they doing? Are they okay?
Do you think maybe that's not that you're a woman and that I'm a man, and that is that not what codependency is?
No, because they're my children. So I have to look after them.
Yeah, but you should be able to go away for 2 hours without feeling anxiety.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe that's every mother's, maybe all mothers, or maybe all parents are like that.
I don't think all mothers are. I certainly don't think, I mean, I know that all mothers aren't like that.
Well, maybe I am. Sue me.
No, but I'm not saying
Fuck you.
No, but I think also a lot of mothers who weren't like that would hear you say that and go, well, fuck you for making me feel like a dildo because I don't mind being away from my kids for 2 hours. And they shouldn't be shamed for feeling like that. And in the same way that you shouldn't be
Yeah, it's just me. And it's just where...
There's no portioning of shame anywhere. However, you are a nutter and they don't love their children.
No.
That's what I would say.
No. I do think men are better at switching off the family buzzer.
I don't think that's true.
We've now had many tests of this, of you going away.
Okay. First of all,
and
me going away, yeah. You going away, yeah. Men in generally going away, no. I'm just very good at
being a dick.
Being a dick.
Do you think? No, I've read people talk about this. I've read it's a quite a male female thing.
I'm sure I suppose that's why generalizations exist. There will be exceptions to these rules, but that's not to say that these aren't there.
I feel when you've been away and I've been with the kids, I want to tell you about everything that's happened. I don't anymore. I tell you at the end of the day, the headlines. Whereas probably in the past, I would have sent you more photos throughout the day or have to tell you immediately. Whereas now I know that you don't need that information. You only need it if they're sick but even now, because they're sick so much, I don't even really, I tell you when it's a really bad thing, but it's just definitely been a thing that I've noticed that you don't like as much. So I've changed.
Whenever they're sick, I always not only want to hear about it, but do hear about it.
No, I know.
That's an utter falsification.
I didn't say you don't. I didn't say that you don't want to hear. I'm saying I don't tell you as much as I would have done in the past. I tell you the headlines and when it's really bad.
If you don't tell me that they are sick as often as they are sick for the 1 or 2 days a week maximum I go away a week, then they are never well.
They are never well. They're always sick.
Well, then there's nothing. Then just tell me when they get well.
Okay.
That is... Anyway, carry on.
No, it's... I mean, that I haven't wanted to annoy you in a way because they have been sick all the time. Also, I feel like I feel like people think I'm lying at the moment with the amount that they've been sick and how ridiculous it's been.
Anybody with kids knows that we live in a petri dish of all of the collected local mucus. Of course they're never well. Of course I'm never well. Me and you haven't been well for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Maybe this is my first day well. Maybe that's why I feel... Are you breastfeeding under that blanket?
No, I'm just quite cold.
Force of habit.
This is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Who do codependents attract? So what I also think was worth kind of footnoting in this podcast for anyone who is new, I don't think anyone is new. I think that everyone who's listening to this kind of knows the fact that I would be surprised if anyone didn't know that we got together after having a one night stand and had a baby. If you didn't know that, we did get pregnant on our first date and 11 years later we have 4 children. Anyway, 2 breakups in between. That's where we're at now. But I would sometimes liken our relationship in a way to an arranged marriage because
absolutely.
We didn't choose each other to be co-parents. I don't think we would have had children together had I not got pregnant accidentally. I don't think that we would have probably ended up in a relationship together because timing was wrong. And I mean, I would obviously I would love to think that we would have been together anyway, but I just doubt it.
I don't. Yeah, well, it's impossible to say.
It's impossible to say.
In some capacity, possibly, but who knows?
Yeah. I hope that we would, but I think that ultimately I think our differences would have made it us before we even got to the point of having kids. We would have been like, we're just too different.
Well, it's the extremely interesting thing about an arranged marriage because you get there and you go, hello, I'm Bob. And she goes, I'm Margaret. And you got married immediately. And because you are stuck, I guess, in this marriage, I know you're not totally stuck, but they go, well, we'd figure each other out and make it work. They don't expect things to be perfect. They don't expect to have met their dream person. They don't expect you work to love this person who you've been set with by fate or whoever, fate in our case. And therefore the difficulties in the other that you experience are things that you push through to a greater extent than you would if you'd chosen that person. So like we put up with a lot more from the other because we're stuck. We were foisted upon each other by fate, I guess.
Foist like that. Yeah. It's incredible actually to think of it like that. And I find it really comforting in a way. Yeah.
I find there's something more romantic about it in that my huge, and I've also, my huge flaws is what I was about to say. It's irritating when people don't finish sentences, are so visible and who I would have chosen. Like my decisions for myself aren't good 98% of the time. And I think there's so much vanity that goes into choosing a partner. Well, at least for me anyway, I can't say for anybody else.
There is so much vanity because it's like, what should I be with?
Yeah. Well, who am I supposed to be with? Who's my equal? Who's going to reflect well on me in the community?
Yeah. It's almost very old fashioned because you would in the past pick a partner to kind of complete you. So if when men worked and women didn't, they would pick a beautiful, they would try and pick like a beautiful bride who had a good family and had, the right
hips and tits.
No, had the right kind of qualifications to, make his standing more.
Or marrying into families where people arrange their own marriage based on the standing of another person who they desire.
You couldn't just marry because you fancy someone and you fell in love with them. They would have to tick all of those other boxes.
Yeah. Like Brooklyn Beckham and his girlfriend, although I'm sure that's true love, but Brooklyn Beckham and his girlfriend.
I don't know who they are.
Well, Brooklyn Beckham is David Beckham's son. And then he's married into this family of the most extraordinarily wealthy people in the world.
Oh, really?
And they were really like, ugh, just Beckhams.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember thinking, okay, I'm having it. This is before I told you I was pregnant too. I remember thinking, okay, he's got a weird walk. Is the child going to have a weird walk? And then I would look at photos of you and think, okay, so he might have his eyes. His eyes are beautiful. That's great. That eyes, I would take bad walk for good eyes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It became so ridiculously abstract. All of my previously held on to notions about who would father my child.
Yeah, I had exactly the same thing with you with photos and everything when you told me that the baby was there, I would look at photos of you and think, oh my God, she's got amazing hair. Is she going to have amazing hair? Or like, oh my God, like she's a bitch. Is she going to be, are the kids going to be bitches? Is that going to be a thing?
It's crazy though. And I remember thinking, okay, he's not perfect, but he's great.
Well, the fuck do you think you were getting perfect, do you?
No, but like physically, I was like, he's like...
Physically? Not physically perfect.
I just meant...
What the fuck about you thinks
you
entitled to physically perfect?
Because you had like joked about not being a good runner.
Who do you think you were going to end up with?
Like a runner.
Fucking Michael Phelps. Are you kidding me? You could have got with Michael Phelps, actually.
A swimmer?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's why I want you to swim.
That's the dream, really, isn't it? Because like face down, he's just the dream. I'm not sure what he looks like now. He could have let it all go to shit. Must be for a swimmer. You're eating 20,000 calories a day and then suddenly you quit swimming and then, oh God, it's just like 3 meals, is it?
No, I thought you were pretty much as the best I was going to get. No, is that offensive? I meant, I was expecting a lot worse.
We need to do an episode on your pending autism diagnosis at some point.
Oh God. I genuinely thought I would be going with...
No, everybody believes you. You don't need to stress the point more. Everybody believes that you thought...
Because it sounds like I'm being very horrible and arrogant, but I'm not.
It does. That's why you must stop repeating yourself.
I was blown away by you. I thought, oh God, I'm having his child. I mean, I was really happy. But at the same time, I also was able to look at you very kind of almost like you're a piece of meat or an animal. Like, okay, good claws, good bite, good hair. I was just, you just definitely, it was very scientific, the whole thing. I
thought it was deeply romantic. That's my memory.
Oh God, no, it was really, really romantic too. But that was almost like a subplot. The main plot was this human.
Well, I didn't have the 4 months of pregnancy or knowing about the pregnancy before. You were just sat with photos of me. I was the most important person in your life, and you were a woman that I'd had sex with once 4 months ago until you told me that you were pregnant. Again,
just to, claw some dignity back.
Go on then. I'd love for you to tell everybody the part of that isn't true.
Well, I wasn't really thinking about you that much because I was really busy.
Okay, fair enough. But you did just say you would look at photos of me.
I looked at your Facebook like once. Yeah. I wasn't sitting there with a photo of you. Like
no,
this.
Okay. Well,
I didn't go to Snappy Snaps and print out your Facebook photos.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I suppose you didn't know who the father was.
I did know who the father was. Thank you.
You didn't know who the father was. Why would you know who the father was?
Because it was pretty obvious that you were the father, Alfie. Thank you very much.
I think given timings, it was pretty clear that they could have been one of two people.
It was one of two people, but I definitely knew that it was 99.99999% likely to be you.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you are.
Again, I was in my
independent... lost out.
I was in my independent phase. I was in my independent phase and you kind of fucked that up for me.
Sorry.
No, but that's why I feel quite attacked whenever you say codependent, because it is derogatory. And I don't think that I am naturally codependent. I think that having children has made me codependent.
Jessie, how many times on this podcast are you going to ambush me first of all...
How have I ambushed you? I said we were going to talk about codependency.
Yeah, but you just said that's why I feel so bad whenever you call me codependent. When?
Alfie, you have called me codependent so many times.
Okay, first of all, no, I haven't. And second of all...
You're a liar. You're a liar. Big liar.
Not for years.
Okay, fair enough. If you think that it's years, I don't think it was years. I don't think it's years.
Get off my wine. Okay, it's not co-wine, is it? I'm dependent on the wine.
Yeah, which is the second half of the podcast. Your alcoholism. That's a joke. That was...
This is not a podcast I want to do.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
I can't believe it. Again.
No, that's really bad of you because you know you have called me codependent. You know you have.
I have. I said not for years.
That's just bullshit. Bullshit.
I don't think I really said that many times post-COVID.
Okay. No, the whole Find My Friends debacle. Do you remember that?
But Find My Friends is insane.
It is insane. But now that you've
when we were going through, first of all, Find My Friends, I put myself on because I knew it would make you happy and I knew that it would be important to you. We didn't have a conversation about it. And you didn't, no, I hadn't just, no.
No, but you did it as a gift. You did it as a gift because you felt bad about something else. You did. It was some kind of nice thing you did.
Yeah, because we'd had an argument. Not because I'd done something bad. But
when you were actually wrong for once.
Maybe.
It's rare. It is rare. I know I'm always to blame.
Oh my God.
No, but I am actually. Oh, Alfie, stop. Stop.
Okay.
Do you want to cut that out?
No.
Okay.
Cut which bit out? The last 10 minutes?
Yeah, with you kind of like sweating and being kind of, angry.
No, but it's all part of the fun of the podcast, isn't it?
But people aren't going to think that. They're going to think I'm bashing you.
I think you need to give people more credit.
No, I think that all the men are going to just be like, what's she doing to him?
Yeah. And all the women will be going, oh my God, what a bad man. Do you not know how this works?
Okay. You're not a bad man.
I know. And you're not a bad woman.
You're really not a bad man. You're a good man.
The way that you said that, it's like I've got a gun under this table.
He's a good man. He's a good man. Save me. You are a really good man.
I know.
You just, sometimes you just come across as a bad man.
I know. That's because I don't.
And I come across like a fucking mad woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, this is interesting. Who do codependents attract? Which is how we got into arranged marriages. Now I'm remembering.
Yeah.
The short answer, narcissists.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right. So that makes perfect sense.
So the attraction between codependents and narcissists is a complex and often destructive dynamic that arises from their complementary yet fundamentally unhealthy needs. This dynamic has been referred to as a dysfunctional dance, where both parties engage in a cycle of control and caretaking. The thing is, I think I do control and caretaking.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? What are you doing in the dysfunctional dance?
I'm just hanging out and waiting.
You kind of are. You're very passive naturally, and you try really hard to combat your passivity. But I think you just would. I think if I hadn't broken up with you the first time, I think we would have just stayed together.
I really like to be, I need, when I went to the coffee shop this morning, I was able to go to the coffee shop by myself this morning, and I was going to read my book and and there were people in the coffee shop, our local coffee shop. There's lots of locals in there who I've spoken to before and said hello to, etc.
And ignored, etc.
Well, amazingly, I had the same end to that sentence of my very own. Is that I ignore them.
Oh, right, okay.
That's the whole point of...
Would you have said etc.?
Because
I think that was great.
No, I wouldn't. I saw them look at me and go, oh, he's moody or whatever. And I just know I've just come from a place full of people, to be away from people. I don't need to talk. I need my brain clear. It's like when I love you so much, by the way. It's like when the kids go to bed and you want to start on this rather large and intense conversation about the day or the issues at hand or whatever. And I go,
nighttime admin.
Oh yeah, nighttime admin. We've just done the whole day of noise. Could we not just like delete a few brain cells here? Could we not just
watch I'm a Celebrity Extra Slice?
Well, there's nothing to watch at the moment, but that's why we're doing this. I need that. So I'm not sure if it's narcissism or just really that I really, really, even when I didn't have any kids, I liked to be alone. And I'm not sure if I don't know if what kind of person this makes me or what diagnosable trait this is. But if I'm going out for like a drink with a friend and they say, oh, let's invite our other friend, I'd go, oh no, let's not. I'd like to just be the two of us, because you get so much more to the root of somebody else. You have the conversation is less performed. It's more engaged. It stays on track. Nobody's trying to one up each other. You can just have a really, and there are actually a couple of exceptions to this. I think, and this might be a problem I have mainly hanging out with comedians. But, and there are exceptions. My 3-person dynamic with Adam and Jack on tour would have been a big exception to that. I think we work very, very well as a 3. But I really do crave that solitude.
But I think performers in general, or maybe creative people in general, to generalize again, are nice narcissists. No, I was going to say narcissists. We're nice narcissists because we have to be slightly self-absorbed to create things. You can't create things in a group setting, really, can you?
Well, yeah, loads of artists are fucked up cunts, and that's great. And that's how you get good stuff, is that, like, I'm not saying every artist is a fucked up cunt, but loads of them are. And the value to the community of their work is greater than them being a prick to people. So just cop for it. I'm not saying you've got to put up with my shit behavior because I'm a genius, or that I need to put up with your various eccentricities because you're a genius.
I think I'm a narcissist too.
You're a codependent narcissist.
Yeah.
So you're doing the dance with yourself quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm doing
the destructive dance with your
dance on my own.
In the mirror.
Yeah. I mean, I really think that's true. But I think being a parent, again, it makes you less of a narcissist because you are kind of consumed by your children.
I think it makes you more of a narcissist because you're consumed by these people and you're going, ooh, they're me, more me.
Well, no, there's 2 types of parent. They're the parents who want their kids to be exactly like them. And then there's the type of parent who wants their kids to be nothing like them. And I'm definitely the latter.
Sure, but I'm saying it can be either.
It can be either, but I would think that we're both the latter. We don't want our kids to be like us.
I don't know.
Well, I really don't want them to be like us. I want their certain traits to be like, I would like them to have your
good traits,
your kindness and your humor. But I don't want them to have like either of our work ethics or how we were at school, or, you know, socially for me, or like there's so many things. I'm just like, I really hope that they just they've been given extra stuff to work with.
But we're not like, that's not, I don't think that's how it works. We're not a makeup of different attributes that we are born with and then sail through life with them. This unchanging top trump card of different personality traits. It's not, it can't be like that.
No, I know.
The fact that you had a shit time at school, or you were socially awkward, or that you are whatever, the negative things that you've both experienced and traits that you've been born with have forced you to develop yourself in other areas, which if you didn't have those negative things, you wouldn't have developed the positive bits. And that's the same for me and anybody. I don't really think about it in terms of I do want them to be like me, or I don't want them to be like me. I try and teach them words, and like when they laugh at a joke, I ask them why they think it was funny, and to think about why jokes are funny. It's just something I know about and I'm interested in.
Yeah, I understand.
So
that.
like,
I understand that.
They will be, they're just, you know, hopefully they're like us, but improvements.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're not. They're worse.
I just think it's incredible though how certain things, as history does seem to repeat itself with them. There are so many things with.
But they're not worse. They're so much more developed in other areas. And I think.
I'm not saying they're worse. You were joking.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I was just going to finish saying what I was going to say. If that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just interrupted me.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine. I'm not gonna get angry about it.
No. I haven't been getting angry about it.
I haven't interrupted you at all, you dickhead. Do you think I've interrupted you at all?
No. No, for an easy life, no. I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, when you watch it back, you can see. I think I've been very patient with
I'll put a little asterisk on the screen on the YouTube.
You just interrupted me again, didn't you? Did. It's fine. Yeah. What do you want to say?
Nothing. I'm just wondering if I can speak in these pauses or if that counts as interrupting.
Yeah, see what it's like. Yeah, it's really hard because you think, I should jump in. But you then told me off about how if there's a silence, you're thinking. So the shoe is on the other boot. Okay?
Yes, Jessie. Yes, Jessie. Sorry.
This is tense.
It isn't tense.
I'm fucking tense now.
You're tense.
No, but you've just made me feel like I'm like a bad person for being codependent and then lying that you didn't say that I'm codependent and then kind of making up that you're... I feel like you've been quite aggressive, passive aggressive with me. I do. I feel like you've been quite negative towards me. That's what I feel.
Oh my God.
I do. I feel like that.
Okay.
And everything I've said, you've kind of said, yeah, but that's not true. Like, so it's hard to kind of know what you actually, I don't know. It's really hard. I can't think straight. It's really hard.
The thing about, I don't think I've been, I'm trying to sort of search back through what I've said now to see if I've been overly combative or, I think I've said what I've thought. But also we started talking about codependency without really a nailed down definition of what codependency was. And then...
We then spoke, I gave you a definition of codependency.
I know. During the podcast, we started speaking without a nailed down definition of what it was. That's why I just...
Okay.
And then we had one there that I asked for. You didn't, anyway, that, which is fine. And I'm just saying that I don't think I've said the word codependent in years. And I haven't.
Okay.
It's not something I frequently say.
Okay. No, I'm not saying you frequently say it. So that's again, I didn't say that you said you frequently say it. Well, so I said to you earlier, let's talk about codependency.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, yeah, great. So I haven't ambushed you by talking about codependency.
No, I know. I didn't say that you had ambushed me by talking about codependency.
Yeah, but you're saying we didn't have a definition before we started talking about it.
No, I know. I thought there would be... Anyway, it's fine. I did say before we started, let's have a nailed down definition of what codependency is, which is fine.
Okay, let's just cut the last 5 minutes.
No, that's
good. I can't. No.
This is good stuff.
No. It's not good stuff. I felt very uneasy with you. It's that we have to find a way of it being enjoyable. Like I found that when you've spoken, it's been like, it's really not, I can't do this. I can't do this.
This is great content.
It's not great. There is zero chance.
This is great content.
No, I'm telling you, there's zero chance that we're putting this out there.
This is great content. I'm sorry.
Alfie.
This is Jessie.
No.
This is what was so addicting for people in Edinburgh. I'm sorry, but you were the one who said
you can't claim that it was addicted to people in Edinburgh. Like you can't claim that.
People come up to us after and go, "Wow, that's certainly pretty fucking full on."
No.
This is our USP.
No, you are miserable doing this. It's only now that you look alive.
I'm not miserable doing it. I'm just trying to work.
She's shouting.
I'm just trying to work out. How I want to, I suppose if you say in front of like a public people, like an audience, whenever you call me codependent.
I didn't say that though. I didn't say whenever you call me codependent. I said you have called me codependent. Whenever you call me codependent, I get angry. Said it again. Whenever you call me and codependent.
So you did say that. We can look back at it. I'm pretty sure you said it. And I suppose that when you say whenever you call me independent, it suggests... Codependent. It suggests to the listener that it's like this frequent occurrence.
It is though. That's what I think you're lying about. It is a frequent occurrence. You just don't say the word, but you imply it.
Oh, well, now we're getting into the fuck of it.
No, I don't like you're getting all excited now. You're just embarrassed. We are cutting all of that.
We're not. That's great content.
No, it's not. Stop. You can't claim something to be great content that you made yourself.
Jessie, if we're going to do this fucking gut-wrenching self-excavation on this podcast every week, then that is it. Otherwise, it's just an impersonation of the thing that we're trying to make it.
You're being fake.
I'm not being fake.
Now you're not being fake, but before you were being, with your answers and stuff. And then we both have accidentally kind of set each other up to be our worst selves. So you set me up to be kind of the nagging, annoying liar.
Mm-hmm. And you've set me up to be
the kind of bullish, overly intellectual bore.
Well, that's great. Let's lean into that.
No, I don't want to lean because it's boring. You got to make it snappier because I can't sit through those long. And then when you tell me off for interrupting off air, it's like, well, I don't remember what to say now because you've spoken for so long. It is a problem. Your problem.
When you tell me off. When I tell you off.
Well, when you...
all of your language is engineered around that, like your fevered desire to make me seem as awful as possible.
It's accidental. It is accidental. You don't tell me off.
No, but that is what you say I just did.
Oh, can we cut all of this?
No, it's great.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it, Alfie.
Well, look, this is what us doing a podcast is.
Okay, well then we have to work out a way of it being less you teaching me things. And then, we didn't have an accurate description of codependency. It's like, I read one out. What more do you want?
No, I know, but we didn't before that. And then that.
What do you want? Do you want to rehearse our definition of codependency before we press record?
But these things are so, it's such a...
What did you want to do before we press record with the definition of codependency?
It's just such a tense or like a issue for people, like these definitions.
Well, I know that because it's very tense for me.
Jessie, for anybody who's watching, what she's been doing with her blanket this whole time, it's driving me insane.
I think we both come off appallingly in this episode.
I know, that's when we're at our best, when we're coming off appallingly.
You have to stop saying self-aggrandizing things like that. It's when we're at our best. You can't say that.
Jessie, we're both extremely...
We're both shit.
Sure.
We're both shit. And we're going nowhere. We're both fucking ruined and you're watching it.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
It's not funny. It's not funny at all. None of this has been funny.
Jessie, I beg to differ. It's pretty funny. And do you know what?
There was loads of little things you could have made funnier, but you didn't. You could have been funny about nighttime admin because that's always really funny. But there's so many things where I've been like, oh yeah, that's funny. We could make that funny in a second. Oh no, we've gone on to the next topic. We've glided over the bit that we could have been funny and now we have to go into another serious definition of codependency. So we've missed our funny boats.
What are we going to do then?
You just need to try and relax, I think.
Okay, well I'm relaxed now. What
yeah,
do
I
we
know
talk
you're
about?
relaxed now. The camera's about to fucking die.
I don't think so. I think it's actually charging. Anyway, what do you want to talk about now?
Well, not the thing that I said we're going to talk about because that needs to be an episode on its own, especially when we have to be in way better moods and I need to look a lot better.
You look great.
Trust me, I need to look.
You need to not play with your plaits so much, but you don't look that offended. Don't look that offended.
You can't hear it on the microphone.
No, but I can see it.
Yeah, why? Does it make you feel uncomfortable?
It's just very distracting. You keep on doing it. It's like a nervous...
Yeah, I'm nervous.
So you're nervous?
This is my coping mechanism.
Okay, so I need to loosen up, but...
Well, if you had plaits, you'd be playing with them too. You're just gripping the microphone like it's a life jacket or something. A lifeboat. Oh, God, I can't even speak.
Like a bit of old wood.
Oh, God.
Like Jack at the end of Titanic.
I'm going to play with my plaits. That's just the way it is, okay? You're going to grip the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
The camera's about to die. And it's over. Everything's over. We're doomed.
Go on. Talk to me more.
Well, taking on undue blame is another...
well, I don't think you're in danger of doing any of that. You said be funnier. You said be funnier. I can't. What the fuck am I supposed to do here if I can't take the piss out of you, who is the only other person on this podcast?
Okay.
And we're not going to talk about current affairs. If you're going to go, let's talk about codependency, but then you say to me, oh, you've not kept it light enough there.
Okay, no.
I'm supposed to keep it light.
Because I think I do take on a lot of blame.
Alfie, you interrupt me. So you're just saying to me, see, I told you, listen, you can't say to me, oh, you need to be, why aren't you funnier?
No, I'm glad you're funny.
This episode's about codependency. Why aren't you being funnier about
I was doing a comic look. I was doing a comic look. You could have just gone over it. It was a funny little comic look.
A funny little comic look.
I did a funny little comic look and then you could have kept going. Okay. And I do take on a lot of blame. I'm always the first one to say sorry because I can't go to sleep on a fight.
You can, you lying hound.
What?
You have gone to sleep on fights before. There have been times that I've lain in the sitting room. Yes, it's where I sleep. And
don't say that.
It's where I sleep.
No. Stop. That's the line. This is the line.
This.
No, stop it. No, Alfie, stop it. Stop it.
This is where I sleep.
No, stop it. Stop it.
Oh, no. Not the blanket again.
Go on. I think probably twice in the last 5 years I've gone to bed on a fight. I have to resolve it. You saying that's what are you doing that for? Pressing your forehead against the microphone.
Just don't think that's true.
Really?
Mm.
You could go for hours and hours, days without speaking to me. Obviously we would never do that, but you could, whereas I can't.
Well, that's just totally theoretical, then, isn't it?
You're lying. You can't. I have to resolve it before bed. Whereas you can easily go to sleep on a fight.
I think this is just an idea of you have. I need to resolve it too.
But you then lie here and just wait for me to come in and apologise.
Well, first of all, I'm here by myself and you're in there with the kids. I'm not going to come in there and risk waking them up to apologise to you. So that's one thing. Second of all, quite frequently you say like get out, and then I will.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Okay, so what's this argument that we have? Okay, come back. Okay, let's try. Obviously, I mean something here. Let's listen to me. Listen to me. You know when you say for me to leave, and then I leave, and then you say I can't believe you left. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say that?
Yeah, past Jessie.
Past Jessie?
Yeah, way past.
Mm-hmm. Has that ever happened in this flat?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, God.
Do you know what is so awful? Anyway, yeah.
What, me?
No.
You hate me.
No.
You hate me.
Have I already spoke about your selective memory on a previous episode?
I don't know that you got selective memory then if you can't remember.
No, that's not. I can't.
I just.
What do you want this podcast to be? It can't. If you say
a success, Alfie.
Well, I think we're
a massive success.
We're a fucking shit fight away from that, aren't we? This is something we do for us. I poured you that.
Okay, but there's a little bit more in there.
Okay. Well, do you want it?
No, you have that. It's fine.
Oh, did you hear that, listener? Yes, you did.
That's creepy. Creepy. Yes, you did.
Okay.
How do you think I know I have selective memory. I know I do. I don't think I've said leave in a long time.
No, but what would you have said? Get out, leave, go is what you'd probably have said.
No, I don't think I've said that in a long time.
No, you haven't said it in a long time. You really got, that's the same as your kind of like, we must break up thing. You don't do it as much. And there's lots of things that I used to do that I don't do anymore.
What don't you do anymore?
Fantasize about leaving.
Really?
No, baby. Come on.
What don't you say? What don't you do anymore that's an improvement?
I think recently there's a nasty impression that you don't like that I do.
Oh, which one's that? I don't think you should do it in public, actually. Don't do that.
So you know which one.
Is it really insulting?
To who?
To me.
Not to you.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Save it. Save it for when we're not recording.
Patreon.
Save it for Patreon. I think you used to get at me more about whenever I would say it was hard. You would say, but you said it would be easy. You said it would be easy, which is actually a very sweet, juvenile thing to say. Because I promised Alfie it would be easy if we had another baby. And obviously it's not been easy at all because it's just not, none of parenting is easy. And to be fair to me, I really did think it would be easier than it's been. Mm. And so you've improved it in the last year from saying that so much, which has been really good.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know whether to give full context there or not. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think that is one of the areas which you have to accept. Mm. You will only seem terrible. And I know that you're not. And I know that I'm terrible too. We both were terrible.
I seem less terrible with full context though. That's my problem with that, is that I just...
Okay, go on then. Go and explain full context.
Go what? Go and explain full context.
Go on, explain full context. Your version of the full context anyway.
Well, it wasn't like a conversation we had, was it? It was a succession of arguments. And it was a frequent debate we had that cropped up. You wanted to have a third child and I didn't.
Third child or fourth? Third. I'm talking about fourth.
I think both, but third, yeah. Third was the jumping off. By fourth, I didn't really put up too much of a fight.
No,
life is over. I might as well have a fourth. Like I was beaten into some... It's like, it's so much easier to knock down a boxer who's just been knocked out.
But you do love our kids. And you love our life now.
I don't love our life, of course not, but I love our kids.
You don't love our life?
I find our life at the moment fairly difficult. I don't know if everybody will remember, but I sleep on the floor here. I love you and I love all of them. And I'm very excited about our life.
Yeah, but we can't live in a state of looking forwards. We have to be happy now.
I think when we're in a small flat and we're going to move into a place that can actually accommodate the amount of people who are in the family, I think it's okay to look forward to that. If it's happening soon. No?
I don't.
Okay. Well, agree to disagree?
I do really worry about that. The constantly looking forwards and never really appreciating what you've got when you've got it. That's what's so good.
I am appreciating it. I had, we had a silly dance party earlier and we all did silly dances. And then I said it's clobbering time and I clobbered all of them. We just had a great hour of madness where everything went up to 11. And then I sat down and read my paper or whatever I read. And Donnie read, 10, read something to the other two.
That's really nice.
And was reading them the dog breed book. can't remember what it is.
You know that men get an oxytocin hit, a dopamine hit with playing their kids, whereas mums don't apparently.
Yeah.
That might be wrong, but men definitely get like an actual response that just doesn't happen in women apparently.
Yeah. You see those videos that's like men tossing their children about, flinging them in the air and doing all this mad gymnastic shit with them and tossing them about in a way that makes you go, oh my God, don't do that.
Yeah.
And we just love. And they ask we do something called sausage delivery at bedtime, where I will wrap them up in a towel like a sausage in its, intestine. And I will throw them onto the bed in their towel sausage. And it's
Were you just stifling a yawn then?
Oft requested. What? At 10:10?
You got to keep your energy up. We're about to do a self-tape with me.
I can't see that happening.
Alfie, it's happening. It's happening. We're desperate, okay?
I'll never be that desperate.
To do a self-tape for one line in a film.
Every time I break up with an actress, I think next time. Next time she'll be an accountant or work in Quick Fit or something else that means that I get let off this fucking self-tape horror.
You're really good at it though.
Thank you so much. I've never met a woman who can maintain being nice to their partner during a self-tape. Whatever is going wrong with your own performance, your lack of ability to learn the lines, which to be fair, you're pretty good at, is suddenly... Anyway, I do love you and I want you to get apart, so I suppose it's
That's
fine.
so sweet.
And
I think that we've done well to kind of keep on.
And also just the other thing I'll say is that...
we haven't even finished.
You said that you wanted to have a third child. And I said, what if you don't have a third child? What did you say when I said that?
I want to break up.
Yeah. You said you'd break up with me if we didn't have a third child.
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
I know it's really bad, but it's good to be honest about things. Otherwise, I would have been like, I just really needed to have a baby after my brother died. I needed to have one. Yeah. It was like a biological need.
It's weird because I need to get rid of one after my dad died. It's amazing how different we are.
I really just feel that it was a primal response to grief, and I don't think I would say it like that now to you.
No, of course not.
I was mad.
Yeah. I know, I remember.
Yeah. It was truly mad, that pregnancy as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember just my crying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. It was like a torrential crying,
We'd have to put it on the rota. Mummy's off upstairs for a cry.
Spasms of just, yeah. Hidden though. Hid it from the kids. Pretty good. Well, as much as I could.
Not brilliantly, but you hid it.
I did hit it. I hid it fucking well, thank you.
Yeah.
Apart from that one time where they did come in and gave me a drawing and...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really... But aren't you glad that we stayed together and we had 2 more children?
Yeah, I am. I love them, and it's just so exhausting, and it has stifled our ability to do a podcast, pre 10 p.m. But that's also fine. It's
getting easier. It genuinely is getting easier.
Not on evidence of this episode, but yeah.
No, not podcasting, parenting.
Oh right.
It is like he's almost 3. It is really getting easier. 0 to 3 is full on.
Yeah, I don't ever want to... Whenever I see one of these actors who's 50, 60, 70, and they're having a kid, what on earth has possessed you, apart from the millions and millions of pounds that you obviously have, which makes it easier to not do anything that's difficult and just be having a great time with the kid all the time and sort of cement your idea of youth and the illusion of letting yourself off the grave. But like, who can be doing with all that business? I never.
Well, that's why Modern Family is quite... I really think it's that episode we just watched, which is about he's must be 70, and he's got a 5-year-old. Is Jay 70 or is he 60?
You are 70, yeah.
So he's 70 and he's got a 5-year-old. And he's giving him a great childhood. Maybe that will become normalized. Maybe older parents kind of giving their children a really great first 15 years and then dying is going to become something that people are having kids later and later and later. Women are having kids later. Maybe men will have kids later too.
Well, yeah, we're all living longer. And I suppose there's no accounting for, poor old Bruce Willis or my dad or anybody like that.
Yeah, you can never know, can you? Anyway, before we talk about death too much.
Yes. Did you have a fun topic lined up for us today, Jessie?
No, I had no fun topics.
Let's try a fun topic.
Okay. Do you know what I really want to do? Which is really unhealthy and I shouldn't actually admit this.
Oh, perfect.
Like I need to eat a lot of sugar soon.
Okay.
Like a lot of sugar.
Oh, do you need to have another?
I think I need to have a binge. I haven't had a binge in like 2-3 years.
Do you remember when we stayed in a hotel room in Manchester and took edibles and ate a kilogram of miniature heroes? Do you want to do that again?
That was within 2 years. Shit.
Yeah, that was a year ago.
I think that was only 1 year ago.
It was about a year ago, yeah. Wasn't that when Adam played the Manchester Apollo?
Yeah, so it would have been a year ago in December. Oh, fuck.
Mm.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe I don't need to eat a lot of sugar. I just can't stop thinking about sugar.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Because I'm codependent.
And I'll be your codependent enabler. And I'll buy you the sugar.
I'm sorry it got tense. I'm worried about pressing stop now because I'm worried that I feel like now we're in a good way.
Keep on going, baby.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to address? Having listened to the other couples' podcasts, I can safely say this is a bit of a departure.
They're codependent.
I don't know. That's just one of those words. It's like, it's not.
I like the word.
I hate that word.
Well, then stop saying to me all the time. I think we need to stop now because I want to watch some TV before I pass out.